We're going to continue on our study of surveys and samples. And today we are going to talk about what's called bias, B-I-A-S, bias. And what that means is when something is slanted towards one direction or the other, not physically slanted, but maybe it would lead somebody or give some false results from a survey. So one way we could be biased is by our sample. So what we know is a sample is a representative group that when you survey them, it represents the whole group. So one example of a completely random survey would be, I want to know what is the average age of our students in Southwestern Middle School. So I could randomly choose 150 students. And I could ask them their age and then compute the average. So I could do that just by randomly picking their names out of a hat, 150 students. Or I could go to the first classroom that I see and take that section of students and survey them. Now, that would be a biased sample if I just went to one classroom. Why would that be? Well, if they went to my second or third or fourth or sixth period classes, they're all sixth graders. And if I asked them what their ages are, most of them would be 11 or 12 years old. But is that the average age of everybody in our school? Probably not, because we have eighth graders that could be 14. Some might even be turning 15 by the end of the school year. So we have to be careful of how we sample our students. Another one would be, what is the average age of someone in the city of Lafayette? What's the average age? If we stood outside and took the say, McCutcheon High School, and we asked the first 400 people to come out, what's your age? It would probably be between the ages of 14 and 18. Whereas if we stood outside the grocery store at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday and we asked the same 400 people, we probably would get a very different answer. Then we could have what's called a bias question. So you could say, who do you think should be elected governor of the state of Indiana? Is it Smith or Brown? That is a fair question. You're asking Smith or Brown. Now, if you asked the question in this way, who would you rather vote for? The really vibrant and exciting Smith or the plain Brown? You might be leading people in one direction or another. Or would you like to own this really cool, magnificent, new, stylish, sleek cell phone? Or would you like this plain flip phone? It's all in the way of you asking it. So we have to be very careful when we ask questions to ask them in a very non-biased manner. Or when we choose our sample, we make sure that we are truly representing everybody that we are trying to represent.